Welcome to Burning Metal Shooting the Breeze episode 2. This time our guest is David Fogarty of Thoughts of Rune, My Own Cult, and the new All Ireland Metal Project. How's things with yourself, man?
Not too bad, man. Yourself?
Not too bad. No, can't complain. So, Thoughts of Rune, you were meant to come back last year, and of course, for obvious reasons, it went you know what. But what's the story with Thoughts of Runes now? What going forward? What are your plans? Or
I just keep writing at the moment, do a load of demos, stack them all up together, The plan was originally release a song every month, and with everything that's happened, it kind of got shut down a bit because like where Brendan is, it's like down in Cambodia, the lockdown is way worse than over here. Like, you're like confined to homes and stuff like that. So he couldn't get to a studio. So he's had to order a mic and learn how to fucking work using one of those and, set up a rig for himself down there. So that's only just happened that he's got that. So we're kind of work around that,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one thing now with all the modern technology and home recording has come on so far that it makes it a lot easier for projects like that when you're not based in the same location, which is good. Like,
yeah, it does. But if you're all near each other, Jesus, there's no substitute for getting in a room together with everybody. You kind of, so especially when recording, you can hear it. Mm-hmm. On the recordings, like you can hear the buzz of it, like because when you're all doing it separately, I don't know, I can hear it. Like, well, it just you just know yourself when you hear it, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it loses the magic as such, the organic nature. Like it's just more kind of, it doesn't feel as personal. Like
exactly. I mean, getting in a room and jamming, everyone adding their pieces, taking it out. Like even little bits here and there, everyone having their own say in it. That really. Everyone has a piece of it then, and you're all invested, as opposed to majority of stuff now is like a guitarist or whatever would write and record the riffs, send them on, drummer do that, and I don't know, it's still under one person's vision, whereas I prefer just to have everyone have an investment in it,
Mm-hmm. Like when you're in a studio, somebody can come in with an idea and a riff, and next thing it can be improved upon, and when you're bouncing over, it's not the same. Like because if you're just someone just playing away there, somebody could just add a little bit to it, and it could change the dynamic of the whole song, and that's kind of missing. But
yeah, there's been plenty of examples where we'd be in the studio and someone would say, "How about this?" Like literally as you're tracking, and you change, and you go, "Oh fuck, that changes the whole thing," and it might not have happened if you weren't in the same room together.
Mm-hmm.
And things like that. And like where it is now, I mean, Jesus, both bands we were recording, if someone makes a mistake or you want someone to tweak something, then you have to get them to re-record their part and then come back and forward, and it's just a long process. Whereas it could be sorted out in a minute if you're all there, So that's the kind of downside of all this.
Well, there's a lot of downsides to this, to be honest, man. But
oh, I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah. Look at what I got to do. Look at we're closer to the end now than any point, so that's all good. Like, but
sure about that.
Sure. You have to try and keep a positive attitude, but
remember who's running the country.
No, I was going to jump into My Own Cult, but actually no, I'm going to stay with Thoughts of Rune because I'm going to play a bit of each band. I have them lined up here just so people that can check them out,
Yeah.
So I was going to this next thing. Where are you all based now? I know your singer is based in Cambodia, but the rest of the lads, are you all near each other?
Well, I'm in Killinall in Tipperary, which is like 10 minutes near Cashel. Mm-hmm. The other guitarist, Shocks, he's in Turles, which is another 10-minute journey away. And then Jimmy, the bassist, is in Nina, which is about 40 minutes. And then Niall is in Waterford. Yeah, Niall's in Waterford then. So
that's not too bad.
When there's a county-wide lockdown, it's actually harder than you think.
Oh yeah, true enough. But
yeah, so the rest of us are getting together next weekend for a jam, just to have a jam, have a crack. No kind of real plan in there. Just play songs. Just hang out. Fuck it, that's missing.
Exactly.
Might have a Brendan cardboard cutout in the corner.
What about
with a recording of him saying "cunt" over and over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the making of Reclaim the Throne. That was a very good documentary you put together.
Yeah, thanks, man. He's just something that came out of the boredom of lockdown. Just teaching myself how to edit videos, send all my tapes off to get digitized, and put them all together. Because like the lads wouldn't have seen them in ages. Like maybe not since that year when we all came back. So it was kind of cool for them. I think they were a bit worried. They're like, man, I don't remember. I remember saying some really fucking ignorant stuff over there. So I cut that out. You know what it's like when lads in their early 20s get together and it's just story topping each other for the sickest thing. Yeah, so I could, plenty of that had to be cut out. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I could have made it
now, like, man, things you used to be able to like get away with saying now, if you could get into a lot of trouble now, like.
Yeah, even back then, like, you wouldn't have meant anything malicious about it. You just say, about it. Some people take things the wrong way now, and it's like lynch mob, so it was good to be careful about that.
Exactly. I've got plenty of friends now that we can still have that old crack with. It's not.
Yeah.
The filters don't have to go on.
Yeah. That's the same with all of us in the band. Like, the amount of times we say "don't," oh my god, and it's starting to spill over to work now. I'd be almost saying to see where I'm. Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. Sorry, roll. Lovely points. Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing about that documentary I liked is Brendan's scream when you recorded, and he nearly fucking keeled over at the end of it. Like, he did keel over at the end of it. Like,
yeah, he was doing vocals all day. Like, it came to a clinch. I think he had 2 days to do all 8 songs, so he was in the booth 2 days solid. And so I think God Complex was like later on in the evening, and he did that scream last, I think. And I was standing right there with the camera in my face. It happened, and he was getting headaches from it. Like, a lot of singers will tell you that if they're doing it too long, they get headaches and get woozy and whatever. So he had to soldier through that. Like, but fair play to him. Yeah, I don't want to praise him too much because, like he said,
he's the thing with music out there. He represents musicians out in Cambodia, doesn't he? Like,
fairly, like pop singers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah, well, he's built up his expertise and he's made his money doing something he enjoys. So fair play to him for that,
Yeah. Oh no, fair play to him. And it's funny how he's doing all that down there, but he still wants to do this with us back here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but it's cool because we all want to write music together. It might as well be in Thoughts Around. I might as well keep that going.
Yeah, it's strange to bring, like, normally with, like, especially with like Irish bands, like local bands, like after long gaps like that, they never usually come back. So it was pretty unusual, like, after all these years, for you just suddenly decide to bring the band back again. Like,
yeah, it was total accident. We were just chatting away in the group chat, and then Fogarty will do a jam when Brendan comes back, and then you had the the festival going on, and I said, I stay we could get us on that, and there you go. And then it became serious, like, let's do a jam and see what happens. Like, but I'm fucking delighted to get back into that. It's one of my big regrets in life, leaving that band. Like, so. And it was cool, like, writing the songs for that, getting back into that frame of mind and seeing, would it be as good as Reclaim the Throne, or was it just luck? So that's kind of where we go with that. Like, but I think, it's very. But
this project as well, Sixth Extinction. It was a big. Sixth Extinction was more of a doomy type thing, like, the next thing. So it was a big change back to the old style of writing again.
Yeah, doomy, southerny kind of. It was a good mix. It was a really interesting mix. I think it would have done really well had it been in another country in another time. So. No, it's cool to get back into it, and the new stuff we're working on, like, I'm really happy with it. Mm-hmm. Like, if you like Anti-Citizen, you're gonna love what's coming after it. Oh, very good. Like, it's a good mix. Like, the other guitarist that's in the band now, he came in after I left, and there's a few songs he wrote with them that we want to bring back, because I remember, like, hearing the demos of that song back in the day, going, "Oh, bastards," you know what I mean? Fuck, they're really good. Oh my god. So bringing them back. Because I wanted to bring them back, so they're going to be good.
Why it's just the band split up the first time, or why did it stop?
You don't want to ask them that. I think just everyone started going their own separate ways. Yeah, it's the thing with bands in this country. You're kind of like, do I choose to have a life, or do I keep doing this band thing, and whatever hope that is, And so that's what happened there. And I was already doing I Burn anyway, so I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes there, really. Yeah,
moved on. It's like Gamma Bomb as well. Like, they were on the Metal Cell once, and they said basically they had the same thing as well. They could either be a touring band or they could get jobs and do it on the side. Like, it's, even if you are a big band now, there's always going to have to be a balance, because the money isn't there anymore, really, is it?
No, it's not. I think after a certain year, you just realize, okay, yeah, there's very little hope of you doing it as a career or whatever. Like, I don't see that coming back, to be honest. So just might as well just keep writing and recording. And like, for the way I see things as well is that like your band's recording is going to continue longer than your band. So you might as well have that be the best thing you can do, and have it like age really well. And, even Reclaim still sounds great, still fucking proud of it. So, there you have that. I'd rather people heard that than like, miss out on a gig, it's from back in the day.
Grand, sure. We'll knock on a bit of the new song. So, Anti-Citizen. I have to.
That's all right.
Sure, we'll leave it at that. Now that's given an idea of it anyway. So,
I actually haven't heard that in a couple of weeks now, and it's so heavy. It's when Brendan comes in on that, it's like, oh my god, how heavy is that? Like,
yeah,
you kind of find yourself you get desensitized over the years to what's heavy and what's not heavy. So when something does come along and punches you in the face, you're like, you do that face, So happy with it.
There was a face that nothing says it's good.
Yeah, that's I've actually written that one, Jesus, about, I don't know, I think it was 2019, I think, when we were just talking about getting it together, written the demo, and then we said, all right, let's track things for real, and then off we went and put it together that way. So it's cool.
Joe stuff as well, like.
Right. Yeah, it's a mix of the two. Like, it's a mix of the old stuff and kind of pushing it a bit forward, and then it's a very hard balance to get, because you're gonna have people going, it's not really, So I haven't heard anyone say it's not as good as your stuff, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but when Colin didn't return, like, his vocals out of the mix, it was always going to sound a bit different anyway.
It was, and well, he said, like, he was, Jesus, how busy he is, like, with all the stuff he's doing. So it would have been a big ask to just add this to his workload as well, but he said, go on, lads, give it fucking loads. And so he's very happy. Like, he did messages and say he's proud of it, like, and he said he's very happy to hear it and see it going forward. Like, so that's cool. It's cool. That's all, it's cool between us. Like,
man, they were so fucking unlucky with this, weren't they? Just got the album Mortals out.
Oh, I know.
Mortals,
that would have put
fucking brilliant as well, man. It's their best album without It's class, like.
Yeah, again, it's so heavy, like.
Oh, it's fucking evil heavy, like. It's just dirty, and nasty, like.
I think one word came to mind is murky. That's one word.
Yeah.
You know,
you can tell there was
kind of
like, I seen them put a post up. I don't know, was it Colin or was it Tom that put the post up about all the opportunities they had to turn down over the years and stuff that didn't go their way. Like, it kind of sounded like they'd put every bit of pent up frustration they've had of the last few years with the band and just put it to music and just said, you know?
Yeah, where else is it going to go? Like, you know, yeah, it's cool. Fucking fair play to them, like.
Exactly. Yeah. And did you see their seed show?
I didn't yet. Fucking didn't get a chance to. Was it good?
You should check it out, man. That was really, really good. Like, really.
I would say, like, yeah. Again, I was talking. I think it was either Colin or Tom. I was talking. They said like it was kind of emotional for them because he hadn't played in so long, getting back together, and just everyone's getting to see that when they get back together, kind of thing. You know, fair play. So.
Yeah, there'll be one band there. I think a lot of people will be looking forward to when things come back. You know, even if we only have local shows for a while, you know, they're definitely a band that'll be high on people's list to see.
Yeah, it is. I think right now is a chance for them. Well, it's like they're together 10 years now, you know. So now is the time for them to kind of push on to the next level. You know, and it's just unfortunate things have happened now, but it's only a temporary setback for them, I think.
Exactly.
You know, yeah.
They'll be even more pissed off after all this, so the stage performance should be even better. Like,
well, yeah, well, you know.
We'll move on to the project. My Own Cult. That's with yourself and the two lads from Mind Riot, Tony and what's their lad's name?
Mikey. Tony.
Sorry. Yeah, what's the story with that? Like, what's going on there?
Like how it started and everything. Or?
Oh yeah, well, exactly. Like what's?
Just I'd known Tony since I don't know, 2003, 2004. We always got along well, you know. We always we're like the same kind of bands. We're both into kind of stuff from the New York scene kind of thing. Even though none of our bands sounded like it, we both listened to it. You know, bands like Life of Agony and stuff like that. And I always actually wanted to join Mind Riot, to be honest. You know, they were kind of a band that, you know, I like, you know, bands like Curb Dog and all them kind of fit into that mold. So it would have been you remember that last Slipknot gig? Would have been that day Tony rang me. He said like starting something new, Mind Riot's in a corner. So they wanted to go heavier with their sound, and I was like, well, I want to go a bit lighter, so it contrasts the Thoughts Root stuff. So we're kind of meeting in the middle with it. And again, if it wasn't for lockdown, like we got 2 weeks off in our lockdown, and I sat in the room writing stuff, and then that song Down came out. So I'm thinking, if the lockdown never happened, would that song have happened? You know. So I sent that off to them, and we worked on it and sent it to Josh for mixing and mastering, and it sounded fucking class. Really, you know, it sounds fucking really big, like, you know. They never had that really, you know, a big anthemic chorus, and you know,
it's a real American radio song, I think.
It is, but I think it has balls. I think it has a heaviness to it, and I imagine because I had practiced with our drummer a couple of times. Like we actually got a drummer in just after that song, and we started making it heavier, putting in little triplets and kicks and squeals and stuff like that. And they're just, you know, make it a bit heavier for live, you know. And see what's happening at the moment is since then we recorded an EP of 6 songs. Again, it's taken so long to get things recorded and everything because someone records something, it's either clipping, you know, recording too loud, so you got to record it again at a lower thing, or you fucked up, redo that bit, you know, or maybe change this bit here and there. So it's just taken so long, but we finally have everything tracked and it's been mixed now. So I don't know what the lads are going to do with the rest of it, but I'm very happy. I think it's a really cool mix of everything that I've done anyway, you know. And what the lads have done, so it's a nice mesh in the middle there, and again there's like really cool hooks and stuff. It's another fine line of like, is it blatantly pandering to radio rock, or is it good just solid hard rock stuff, you know, with some metal bits along the side, you know. And that's what I'm kind of aiming for with it, you know. And if it picks up, fucking nice one. I can be doing gigs wearing Irish metal band t-shirts and stuff like that, like you know. So
I'd probably be better off to just hang on a bit longer for release now, I think, you know.
Yeah, I think we'll do that.
Because if you release, if you release and you can't play live and stuff, it kind of falls under the carpet, doesn't it?
No, it does. Yeah,
it's very hard to promote.
It is, but if you're dropping singles along the way,
yeah,
you know, that'll do it too. Well, like, I think we're due one anyway. Jeez, like Down came out when last August.
It's a while
so Yeah, so it's kind of, you don't want to milk that one song that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of pushing, like, can we get just another one up there, even if it's a lyric video, just get that out there more, so that'd be cool. And then move on to the next thing, then write the next stuff. I'm always looking to that. All right, that's done, that's recorded, there's space in my brain freed up, let's write some more stuff. Like, I can't write anything unless I've recorded the previous stuff first.
Oh, yeah.
It comes back, it's like freeing up space in your Xbox to install a new game.
One done.
There we go.
On to the next one.
Yeah, that's it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey done. Out you go. There's another fucking 120 gigs freed up for you. That's that. Like,
very good. Very good. So obviously it's a bit of a question. You've already answered it, but you do plan to play the My Own Cult stuff live, yeah?
Oh, sorry, there you kind of.
You do plan to play the My Own.
Kind of would have been mad there. What was that?
You do plan to play the My Own Cult stuff live, yeah?
We do. Yeah.
Fucking ice cream van again this week. Jesus.
Oh,
Christ.
ice cream.
It's the same fucking shit last week when I was talking to your man Thomas. The fucking ice cream van came down. Drug dealer ice cream, man. Exactly. It's a front. Exactly. Remember Grand Theft Auto? The ice cream vans. One come down one day, one comes out another day. They're obviously. I haven't seen another one for a while now. Your man obviously kneecapped him because he was in his turf,
I didn't realize ice cream driving was such a fucking harsh business, like a cutthroat business. Well, my fault. Yeah, we do plan to play it live. It just like we wrote an entire EP and recorded it, and we haven't even all been in the same room. So that's kind of like that's kind of the opposite of what I like to do. Yeah. But no, the plan is to get together and just fucking jam, because like two boys are only over in Mitchelstown, which is like 40 minutes from me, like. Too bad, yeah. But again, county-wide restrictions, you can't go over there. I don't want to risk it either. No, so we'll have that going on pretty soon, I'd say. No, it's great because Tony does tattoos as well. You what's that?
I think the county restrictions are over now, aren't they?
They are, yeah. They are. Yeah, we were just waiting for that, Mm-hmm. And Tony is my tattoo guy as well, so I'm due that as well soon.
Yeah. It's been a while since the last one now.
Oh, yeah?
No, for yourself.
You kind of go.
It's been a while since you had a tattoo, I'm saying.
Yeah, it goes like you can go a few years without one or get one every month, like, it's one or the other. The last thing I got tattooed on me was Kang and Kodos, the aliens from Simpsons, on my leg. Because I couldn't think of a good reason not to get it, so fucking get it. So why not?
Well, that's something worth immortalizing anyway. I think they're pretty fucking cool. Like,
you get foolish humans.
If the aliens ever come down, you might be spared. You
might be.
Exactly.
Actually, speaking
you're on our side, you got a tattoo of it on your leg. We'll let you live the war of the world shit. You'll be all right. Like, you won't be manufactured.
Did you see that? Like, the fucking Pentagon released UFO footage, and like nobody gives a shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, there's aliens, lad. Whatever, lads. Sorry, nobody cares.
No.
That's that now. All right.
That's a year ago now since that came out, I think, isn't it?
I think so. There's a couple of stuff they're releasing every now and again, like Navy people seeing a ship go into the ocean and come back out, like that kind of stuff. Like, no, that's all we need now. Just fucking aliens.
It would kind of add to the whole bingo card list. We've already had like fucking murder hornets and all the rest. Just get the aliens in there now as well, just to finish it off. Like,
the murder hornets. I forgot about the murder hornets. Yeah,
they really had great potential, but it didn't happen, did it? We thought there was going to be a big thing with them, and they just kind of a week later they were gone again.
Hey. This is like a picture was. Do you remember that TV show in the 90s, Sliders? Remember that?
I don't know. I don't. Sorry.
It was just some lad and his friends going through dimension after dimension of alternate realities, and they got to one. There was like a giant spider wasp swarm demolishing cities. That's what I pictured, and we didn't get it.
There's still time yet, man. There's still time yet. Don't give up on your dream yet. It kind of sounds like that thing, Quantum. Not what was it called? Your man jumping around as well. Fuck. Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Those are the 90s as well, but that kind of programs were very common in the 90s.
Oh, Quantum Leap. Wasn't that?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was going through time. Quantum Leap. Fucking Sliders is going through dimensions. Completely different thing.
We've kind of moved away from My Own Cult here a bit, so we might just stick them on and give people.
Oh yeah. Go on. Tony's gonna kill me.
That's why I call this whole thing shooting the breeze, man. You know, it's just
it's class. You don't know where you're going to go.
exactly.
I recommend this format to
I
everybody.
think the structure is just chaos, anarchy. You know,
chaos AD. Chaos AD. Oh, it's there. Sorry, made an ass out of myself.
Close enough.
There you go. Oh God. Wait for it.
I will leave that there. But I'll put all the links to everything in the description in the video anyway. Just I wanted to don't play the whole song because that's like 4.5.
Yeah.
Give people
an idea. Oh, I know. Yeah.
There.
You played the best parts of it anyway.
I was going to say there, I could do with a flake for this, couldn't I? Should have gone out to the ice cream and got a flake off him.
I was there looking, oh geez, that's all head. Oh God.
Exactly, yeah. I got the ice cream van is gone. I could have got a nice fucking little bit of flake off him, stick it in there 99 and fill a few hundreds and thousands.
Few thousand, yeah. That'd be great.
The froth is actually the most alcoholic part of the beer, would you believe?
Is it? Mm. I didn't know that.
Mm. That's why in Europe, we're not big drinkers in Europe. Like they only have one or two, but they call it a big froth. Because the most of the actual alcoholic volume is in the actual head, would you believe?
And here's those Irish people saying it's sacrilege, like
exactly, like that's a matter.
Keep that in mind next weekend now.
Anyways, the next thing I want to touch on was that fucking the All Ireland Metal Project. You're involved in that as well.
2 songs, two teams. Mm-hmm. Fucking glad to be helping out in that. We just started with was it Dara that started it? I just put up a post, how come no Irish bands or the scene hasn't had a Roadrunner United type fucking project? And everyone's like, that's actually a good question. There's enough people to do it and we all have the means, so let's get it together. And I just said I'd do it. I guess I had a song left over from Six Extinction, thought I'd bring it forward. I've got Niall on drums and Jimmy on bass from Thoughts of Ruin, and then Liam and Jason from Creep on vocals and lead guitar in it. Just why not? It's a real kind of southern kind of song, Obviously, if it came from Six Extinction, and it sounds class. I'm actually really happy with it. And then the next song on that then is another one. Again, it was the last song for a previous band, and not getting into it. And I have Tom from Zora playing drums on it, and Jimmy again on bass, and then Ronnie from Words of Burn singing. So that one's going to sound fucking unreal. Like it does already, even with just guitars and drums. And just like
the players you've got already, it's already got the people involved already spell a good song out anyway. Like Tom,
they do, yeah.
All the rest and yourself and Jesus like that.
Yeah. It's cool. Like
there. There's a lot of experience and talent involved there.
Exactly. And there's lads that I wanted to do stuff with anyway. Like it's a great opportunity to have lads that you wanted to do songs with, but not have to be in your band. You know what I mean? It's like every time you're like, will we get this fella on our song? You're like, yeah, I don't, you know. Whereas if you're just putting a song together, and like nobody really has to do a massive commitment to it, which is the best part.
Mm-hmm.
You're just doing bits for a song. There you go. That's it. You know, and it's cool. I can't wait. Actually, looking forward to hearing what the other bands or projects are going to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's lads that we would have been familiar with or fans of for years that are doing a song together. Like you have the likes of Cara King and likes of Martin doing a song together. You know, fucking those lads are unbelievable. Like, so I'm kind of looking forward to hearing what they sound like on the same song. You know, so that's going to be cool. Like,
yeah, it's amazing how it's come together. Like, it's like on the last interview I interviewed your Thomas Hines, and he's actually involved in it as well. Like the 50s, 15, like you.
Jesus, that's cool.
He's got an album coming out at the end of the month, and he sent it on to me, and I was listening to it there a couple of days ago, and I was like, the fuck, man, like. He's released 3 EPs and an album in a year.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was chatting to him like on and off the camera for about 3 hours. He's a fucking lovely young lad, like. And I was telling him about our Fortnite games. Myself and a couple of lads, we play Fortnite on Tuesday night. We get progressively drunker, and it's the most ridiculous game of Fortnite you can imagine. So he just said to us like, "Do you mind if I join you?" And I was like, "Yeah, come on ahead, have a bit of crack." And he came on and. We went on till about maybe 1:30 in the morning or whatever, until myself and our lad was just, we couldn't go on. We were fucked. And it was the next day, I swear to God, man, around late evening time, he dropped a song. He fucking went out. He went like the next day I was happy with myself for putting on my clothes on properly, like because it was so fucking shut. That kid
went to work.
The song after we finished up. He wrote the whole song and mastered it and mixed it and everything and released it and didn't release it. Actually, no, he didn't release it. Sorry, but he released a teaser. Like in a fucking day, man. And it's a 5-minute 20 like song as well.
Devin Townsend much? Jeez.
Christ, man, he sent me on that as well there since, and I was like, so you're telling me after that game of Fortnite in less than 24 hours you wrote that entire song and recorded it? And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like,
God, jeez, it would take me at least 3 days to even look at a guitar after drinking like that.
Getting old, man.
Yeah, getting old. God. So it's
still, man, Jesus, like writing a song and recording it and everything in a day, like for fuck's sake, like.
Yeah, so like sometimes you get lucky, you get an idea and it just grows, and you capture it there and then. But like by the sound of it, this lad, it's just constant for him. You know, you get lads like that as well, and you know. You're just like a bastard, you know, in a good way, like as a fair play to him.
Plays the guitar and the vocals, like.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Like you could do as much guitar demos as you like, but if you don't have a good vocal track in it, it's not worth the shit. Like, you know, so that's the make or break for the song itself, having a good vocal on it. You know, so wanted to make sure of that for the metal project to have 2 class singers on it. Get on, you know, fair play to Ronnie. I guess I said to him like, you know, if because he's doing the Words of Burn album at the moment, I think he just finished it. But he was in the thick of that. And I was like, no, just don't even think about this till that's over. You know, I don't want to interfere, you know. Because Jesus, you know, he's just classic. So like I think I couldn't imagine anyone else on that song either. You know, like when you hear it, you'll be like, I see what he meant by it, you know. So it's I don't want to say a similar style to Ronnie, but it'd be in his like Words of Burn. So it'd be wouldn't be a stretch for him to sing on that, like, you know. And it's cool, especially with Tom Woodlock as well, playing drums on it, because I didn't know if we'd actually be kind of compatible music, really, because I don't know if we kind of do listen to the same stuff, but like we play very different things. So this song would be, don't want to say a bit simplistic, but it'd be a lot more straightforward than the stuff he usually does. No, so you'll when you hear it, you'll be like, yeah. So I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, it's motoring forward. Like it's you're looking at maybe like sometime this summer releasing the album. Is that the plan?
I know the submission date is July 2nd. So everyone have your shit together by July 2nd, or you're not going to make the cut. And that's understandable completely. Like,
that's good though, because if you hadn't had someone cracking the whip and just saying this is when it has to be done, it probably mightn't happen. You have to give people that say this is what you have to do in this time frame, or it's not happening. If you're
you have to rise to it. Like,
it might never come to be. Yeah,
that's it. You do. You need that. And then that'll be a lesson to everyone then. So I hoping that it's an annual thing. Like, I probably won't do the next couple, but I hope that people in bands that didn't participate will look at it and go, Jesus, like, better get on the next one. So just happy to be on the first one.
Even if it only happens once itself, like, it's a serious achievement. Like, for all there's 120 people involved or something, isn't it? Mental like that.
Yeah, there's easily about 20-25 songs in the works.
Fuck.
So yeah, I know. So like, I think they wanted to have it on a CD, but I don't think it's going on a CD. Well, maybe 2 CDs, but for Spotify and stuff like that, for sure. Like, but yeah, 2 CDs maybe, that'd be cool. And I know they're working on a documentary for it as well. So you have to make sure your shit's on point for that as well. Like, I mean, did you see all the introduction videos from the leaders? Like,
I've seen a few of them. All right, you know what it's like with Facebook now and reach and posts and stuff.
Just subscribe to the YouTube channel and you'll get a notification when an introduction video.
I never thought of that. Yeah.
There you go. Now, well, I had to do my one, and I said, "Fuck it, I'll go all out. Put multi angles in there at graphics when I name the band that I'm in."
I've seen your one, all right. Actually, yeah, I've seen your one.
Oh God, nervous as shit doing that.
I can tell, man. I can tell you were really nervous.
Never do any of that. Like, I never do that. Like, because just me in the room with my 2 cameras being a spa, going, "Oh God, here we go, take one." And editing it then, but I forgot half of what I was going to say in that video, but I think I got the point across. Fuck it. So that's cool. I'm just waiting for I want to get recording footage of the lads doing their stuff so I can kind of edit that together and send it all off. Whatever like can make the documentary lads work easier. Here's my stuff. There you go. You don't have to do much with it. Yeah. As long as that helps them.
And what
especially because it's easy. The Thoughts of Room video, I think we're going to do lyric videos for as much stuff as possible.
No, I was going to say, but you making the Thoughts of Room documentaries, it's easier for you too to document the footage on your side because you've built up the experience over the last 12 months.
It is, yeah. I've actually I put together music videos for Thoughts of Room as well on from old footage, and then I went even further back and got our when we used to be called Revenant, kind of made the documentary. I was recording that EP and I made a music video of that. And, I prefer doing the documentary stuff because doing music videos is it's like a hunt, like syncing everything up together. But like, I'd imagine it's easy now because everyone's playing off the same thing. I mean, when you play stuff live, you play things faster. So
there'll be a few changes here and there.
The documentary is a studio video would be easy enough to do. Just here you go, set up your phone when you're recording and just send it on to me and I'll just flick between the angles. Easy enough. But I can imagine doing a music video. Maybe my own cult might need one. So it's best to do it in-house to cut costs,
Oh yeah. Well, it's all the one now, really. I think the key is now is especially with social media. No matter what you do, you just have to put out like little 30-second clips with a link in it. Like it's not. It's all changed the way everything is consumed. If you release the video full, like the chances are no one's going to see it.
No.
If you just clip, you got some chance.
Yeah, that's why I prefer making short songs. Like, it's like, do you remember when Vivid Black came out from Stakes Extinction? Like, we put that on Facebook, the whole video with a link to YouTube on it, and like that got like 1,000 plays in the first day, I think. I just fucking couldn't believe the reach on it. So you people are lazy. You have to put it right in front of them, otherwise they're not going to look at it. Yeah. They're not even going to click to a YouTube link. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what the whole site thing. I still do stuff on the site, like the Burning Metal site, but a lot of times now I just don't bother because you're as well off just put a direct link up because the fucking website hits are dead, man. They're absolutely dead. Like if you go into the trackers and you type in, put in any big website you can think of, you watch their traffic just goes down and down and down and down and down. Like it's just the whole thing is changing. Like your man from Metal Ireland back in the day knocked on the head because the numbers weren't there anymore. Like people are just moved away from it. It was just
like there's a small. I get that much of it. But there's also a small thing of like, you know, it's good to have the archive. You know, it's good to have, you know, stuff to search for online. If you're like, geez, I remember that. Go in and search first. You know, that's the good thing about Irish Metal Archive as well. It has all that old stuff on it. Especially since Metal Ireland went down, you know, it's good to have our actual archive there.
Exactly, and it's just an archive. You don't have all the characters. Let me put it that. Let me say that. Like that's all I'll say about that.
Oh God!
Man.
Oh Jesus! No, I was the same. A certain band I was in got like 12, 13 pages of abuse, and like every day I went on that site. First topic, like you know that old adage: "There's no such thing as bad publicity."
Yeah.
Fucking hell! Jesus Christ! It was like they personally shat in all their cereal, like, you know. It was amazing. I'd never seen anything like it. It was like, Jesus Christ. And then, you know, so that going down was kind of, you know, hey, no more of that. You know.
Oh, there's another forum on launch now. They've their own forum now, but I don't think that I don't know.
No, it's not gonna. No, it's gone. You know, they're thinking they're continuing their legacy, but it's gone. It's gone. Sorry, nameless lads. You know, your moment has passed. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like I remember
55 anymore. Time has moved on.
Like the first time I had any experience in trolling or whatever it was that site, you know, and like Revenants, you know, we just thought that was a cool name for a band named after, you know, that monster in Doom 3 with the skull and the rocket launchers. Fuck it. Then we put in, here's our Revenant new EP up, you know, and then someone, hey, good to see the legendary trashers from the 80s return. You know what I mean? Metalheads are the worst for that, I find. This gatekeeping and fucking, elitism. I find they're the worst for that, you know.
I think it's changed now with the newer generation. I think that's dying out a bit, I think.
Oh, yeah. I was getting to that. Like, it's the older lads that were doing it. But, like, younger lads now, they plug each other's bands the whole time. Like, you know?
Young guys, young lads now, and they're really supportive of each other. It's great to see, like.
Yeah, fair play. I remember Extinction were doing a gig with Displaced Hell in Fred Zeppelin's. And like they just put up a couple of clips of us playing on their Facebook, you know, and I was like, fucking hell, fair play to them, like, you know, you'd never see that in 2007 or 6, like, you know, or even before that.
Men that life didn't work out the way I wanted, you know, and just take it out online, you know.
Yeah, like I remember, like when we came back after doing the album, you see lads in the back just kind of do it, you know. Can they pull that off live? What they've done? It's like. We're like, oh shit, now we have to pull it off live. You know, lads with folded arms in the back, you know. Good experience.
If they were still going now, a lot of them would be very, I'd say they'd have a lot of opinions on this whole Ireland metal thing, you know. If they were still around, I'd say they really would be shitting on it, you know.
Yeah, they would. They probably would shit on it. Yeah, I would say so. A lot of them would have, you know, and it's just, a bunch of friends getting together. I was like, so what if it's friends getting together? How bad? You know, it's going to be fun to listen to then, you know.
A lot of lads and bands I've never heard of, like, hey, what's wrong with you, like?
Exactly. I remember, like, even watching the Roadrunner United DVD, like, watching how much crack they had making that thing.
Yeah.
I remember me and Colin were watching it back in the day. We're like, they're having the best laugh making that thing. You know, fair play to them. You know, and like I learned a lot from that video as well, because remember I showed Rob Flynn writing that song with Chimera's drummer.
Yeah.
And like there was part of the song he was stuck, and he was like saying, "Oh, I kind of wanted to go here and there," and the other fella fill in the blanks. Like it never occurred to us to think out loud like that at practice. You know, it's like the song goes like this. I don't know what to put in next. You know what I mean? And, you know, just little things like that. It kind of helps your songwriting. You know.
Yeah.
The old Flynn.
But the whole recording process with this, have you got one particular person that's going to record it, or what's the story like? Is it going to be separate studios, or how is it going to work?
For the Ireland thing, we're just recording separately, like we've done with Thoughts of Ruin and some of my own cult stuff. Record separately, and then we're sending it to Josh Robinson up north.
He's just gonna. But is all stuff been sent to Josh Robinson?
What's that? Sorry.
Everyone's stuff been sent to Josh Robinson.
Yep.
That's what I want to know. You've got one overall producer in mind, just to make sure it's consistent, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's good. That's very good, because if you had a lot of different producers, it could sound a fucking mess, like, you know.
Oh no, it has to go through one filter, you know.
Yeah, that's very important. That's good to clarify as well, that people think that going to be just a old homebrew thing, but it's actually going to sound proper when it does come out. Like,
Oh yeah, it has to. Like, there's no excuse to be shit anymore. You know, and that's what we're doing with the Reclaim the Throne. Was like, look, fucking, just because you're from Ireland doesn't mean you have to make excuses for your stuff not being as good as the bands you listen to. Just fucking go for it. Like, you know, and that's the way bands are now. Jesus, there's stuff. I can't remember the last time I heard something and said, dude, that sounds like shit, from an Irish band. I can't remember that.
Yeah, true. So, actually, yeah. They all sound pretty good now. They're like, even the demos they sound good now. Like, you know, it really is a change. Yeah. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's why, like, you have a lot of lads now that would listen to older stuff and they'd be like, yeah. And I totally get why they wouldn't like stuff from the 90s or 80s. You know, they wouldn't just have the sounds that they're used to. I get that, you know.
Yeah, it's all positive anyway. And
Oop, froze there for a second. Yeah. It is, yeah. You know, fair.
And you've got the right people involved too. Like, because Tony Carberry tried to get this going last year. He was just before the lockdown. He put a post on Facebook. Tony Carberry, I think he was still in ASIC at the time. It doesn't matter anyway. But he put it up there, and it was getting a bit of traction as well. And of course, the whole fucking thing got locked down then, and that was the end of that. But I was glad to see it coming back now, and it's happening. Like, and fair play to Darren now. He's done a really good job so far, and like with the whole Bernardo's thing, and he's organised sponsorship and. Yeah. Like you were saying earlier about a CD like being popular, but even if it doesn't get on a CD, I don't think that's a big deal because no one really buys CDs anymore, do they? Like, you know.
But I'd say the people who played on it would want a CD. I do.
Oh anyway. That's a good point. Actually, that's a great point. Yeah, you really, if you were involved in that, you really would want to have a. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe you could release it on 2 separate CDs. Maybe, you know, if you could have it maybe like a double, like even a Bandcamp, one sim, like give it maybe 2 different names. Just an idea coming out of my head, you know, like say you could call one part some name, like what's the name of the project is? I can't think of the name. Sorry. Ashari. Yeah. Like you could have Ashari Part 1 and some name, and then Ashari Part 2 and another name, and maybe find
kind of like the way
blend in best on each one. Maybe I don't know, just something going on in my head there that could be possible for CD.
Kind of like the way like the way the Siege do 2 a year and they're different names like that.
Exactly,
yeah. Or just a double disc album, you know.
Yeah. Just coming out of my head here, thinking of ideas. Yeah. You know? Like it could be cost effective to maybe do it that way, but sure, I will just have to see what happens anyway. It's good.
See how many songs actually make it past the finish line. Yeah.
Exactly, that's the biggest thing as well. Like, you know, there'll be a lot of people that'll be all gung ho, but when it comes to crunch, will they actually get it in on time? But sure, the way it's looking now, I think it's going to happen because everyone seems to be really into it. Like,
yeah, they do. Yeah, My Stuff only needs vocals and lead guitar on one song, but nearly done. So that's kind of important to just get the work done and do it. You know, get it over because then you can brag about it. You know, once it's done. You know?
Another one. Oh Jesus, it's an all-female band on it as well. It's the drummer from Neon Empire, Mo Sheeran, the singer from Red Sun Alert, and
Julia. Yeah.
Fuck, who else is on it? I don't know. It's a while now since I've seen that, but that's pretty cool as well. Like that's something that's cool. Never been done before. Like so.
Yeah, everyone on that song, they're really talented. Like, you know, see Mo every day puts up videos on her Instagram, and she's playing this class. Like, so looking forward to hearing what they all come up with together, and like Julia as well as she's a really great singer. So see what it all sounds together. You know, that's going to add another. You know, just shows how diverse the scene is. Really, I don't think there's going to be 2 songs that sound the same on it. You know, that's the important thing. So if someone from outside Ireland is going to listen to that, it's going to be like, Jesus, look at all the stuff that's going on in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's pretty cool. Advertisement, like, because a lot of like England could have done something like this, but they haven't. But I'm amazed. They could have,
but we don't know about it.
Yeah, true enough. But like, I'm amazed it didn't happen because Raised by Owls put that "Do They Know It's Christmas" thing there together last year, and they got lads from the Blood Trade, the Crawling, Party Can, and all the rest, Benedict, and all doing parts for a charity single, you know. So along the same lines, but I suppose that was their little thing, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's exciting, you know, just to think of the possibilities of where it could go and what it could unlock for Ireland, you know. And like, it's better than it's probably gonna have a bigger reach than the scene itself, like as in gigs and stuff like that, And I don't know. They might do a gig. Like, I say one thing they might do is a gig for geez, I don't know, the logistics of working all that out.
Oh God, Jesus Christ, man!
I've seen the Roadrunner United one, and it just looked like an absolute headache to organize.
Yeah,
yeah.
And
so I don't know if I'll get involved in that if it happens. Like, so.
People living all over the country, I think.
So there'll be more people. Yeah, there'll be more people backstage than in front of stage, I think. in Ireland. Sorry, lads. I just shat on the whole scene.
Night,
I was sharing the scene with praise, and then I just shat on it with reality.
Look, man, it's a fucking thing about the Irish scene that's been going on for years. Like, it's so many amazing bands and fibbers, and the fucking smoking area is packed, and like there's 3 people there watching the band, and they're probably their mates, like, and that's about the height of it,
Put this fucking stage in the smoking area. There you go.
Exactly, or just fucking close the smoking area. You have to stay in here tonight,
Yeah, you have to listen to us. We came all the way up from Tipperary, you fucks. It's a long way from here. Oh God. Anyway, I can't believe I did that. Oh God.
Okay, anyways, we'll leave it on. We'll leave it on for there now on this one. Anyway, a bit of crap.
No, it's good talking to you, man. Dude.
What was that?
When was the last time I saw you in person?
Would have been the 6 Extinction gig in Galway.
That was a good night.
Yeah, that was the last time. Yeah. Who else was playing that night? Oh fuck.
Black Shuck. Yeah, I forget Brendan.
Yeah.
And Sectile.
Sectile, that's it. Yeah.
Do you remember the singer nailed the end of Cemetery Gates? Like the high notes.
Yeah.
Nailed them, Gabriel. You legend. You absolute legend. Like I even tried to do that. I can't talk for like a few hours. And it was cool. We did I'm Broken tune down to drop A, so that sounded pure hefty. No, it was a good night, man. Fucking enjoy Galway. Always class.
I should have known Black Shuck were playing. They fucking play every gig in Galway. We're putting together.
I think that was their first ever gig. I want to say, yeah. I think you might want to clear that with Brendan, but I think it was.
I don't think so, man. No, Black Shuck were, when we started the Damage Inc. thing, Black Shuck were already on the thing, like.
Yeah, I don't know. It was one of their first for sure. Anyway, Jesus.
Yeah, it would have been the earlier days, all right. Like,
because I remember Brendan.
They've stuck since, like.
Yeah, fair play to them.
And they had the best luck ever, man. They were supposed to play in the Jaeger. It's a tiny tent, like 20 people pack it. And the fucking wind, man, the wind blew over fucking bars, everything. So as a result, they got pumped up to the Sophie Lancaster stage, and because the weather was bad and there was no main stage, they played to
everyone in
5,000 people minimum, and they're like,
they deserve it. They're class.
And I wouldn't mind, man. I fucking didn't see them either because no. The problem was the Evil Scarecrow and the Wild Hearts were on early in the day, and I love those bands, and I started drinking way too early. And by the time they were supposed to be playing, I went over to the stage they weren't playing. I was like, oh, fuck, they're not playing. Yeah. Then I met them the next day, and they were like, oh, we played on the Sophie Lancaster. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, I've seen them plenty of times in Galway anyway,
Oh, no, but not like this. Jesus, I would have loved to see them play that in person and just be beaming with pride about it. Like,
oh, yeah. I swear
just kidding, Brendan. Just kidding, Brendan. Fuck you. Sorry.
It's always good to see the Irish lads in Bloodstock, Hopefully now it might be able to go ahead this summer, and the likes of the Baylor, the Crawling, who else is playing?
Words of Burn are playing it.
Words of Burn, Stranglewire playing, Grey Stagger playing, Therapy are playing. And then there's the Northern Ireland Metal to the Masters final, so somebody else there.
Oh, yeah.
So
sweet.
We'll see what happens anyway on that anyway.
Yeah. All right, man.
Nice job, man.
All right. Have a good one.
Nice one, man.
See you later.
Bye.